make the same mistake over and over again, and every time you tell yourself, this is the last time I'm doing it, and for some reason, you still keep on doing it. Well, on today's episode, we're going to show you how to get out of that cycle. Hey there, I'm Esther Rappaport, your host of the LifePix University podcast. I'm here to help you rewire your brain to be more efficient and effective. But first, I'd like to ask you that if there's any time in this episode, there's something that you absolutely liked and you think that somebody else will benefit from it too, while you're listening, you don't even have to press pause, hit the share button and share it with someone else. Let them benefit from this greatness too. Let's do this. Okay. Learning from previous errors is something that so many people struggle with on a daily basis, and it's quite easily be prevented. Now, why am I bringing you this example? Because it's been spoken straight to me, right into my face. Okay. On the previous episode with Jonathan and Charity, Jonathan has this rule for himself where he does not do any work. Jonathan has this rule for himself where he does not make any decisions past 9 o'clock. No big decisions past 9 o'clock. Why? He's a morning person. He knows himself. He's working together with his brain instead of against his brain. And he knows he has to not make any decisions past 9 o'clock. They can be done in the morning and he'll be all set. Afterwards, that's not good. And guess who is talking to? Me right here. I'm a morning person, a really big morning person. And what happens sometimes? I make decisions past 9 o'clock that afterwards aren't really good. Now, the point isn't specifically 9 o'clock. The point is you have to find something that you are constantly making mistakes over and over again. And you're really like, hey, I got to learn a lesson from this. So what I want you to do is right now, stop for a second and just think, what is something that you wish you could just stop doing? Or a mistake that you made today or yesterday, because we all do, and they all happen all the time, and it's totally fine. But you want to learn from them so you don't make a mistake again. Now, think of that mistake right now. Think of that mistake and think what caused that mistake. What was the reason? Get to the root cause. Remember, we always want to understand the real reason what was happening, not just put on a Band-Aid. Okay. So understand the root cause, why you made the mistake, right? Jonathan didn't say, oh, because my wife asked me when I was like busy focused on something else, or she had a mean tone of voice or whatever it was. No, he understood himself. The core of the problem was because at a certain point, his brain starts shutting down. I literally tell people, my brain's shutting down. I can't work anymore. I'll tell you, I'll get back to you in the morning, things like that. But he understood what was working together with his brain, and he got to the core of the issue before he made so-called that rule, that boundary for himself. So that way it doesn't happen again. So you too, find the core reason of why you are constantly making this mistake, and see what you can do so in the future, you don't make this error again. Okay. Do you have that right now? Let's go. Think about it. Think of a mistake that happened today, that happened recently, and what was that core reason? Now, once you have that core reason, you're going to go on. Okay. If you have your solution, your challenge for today is one of two things. Number one, you are going to actually try your solution. And number two, you are going to look when another mistake comes up, instead of being mad at yourself, stop for a minute, stop and think, and ask yourself, what is the core problem going on here? And how am I going to change that? Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'm going to see you on the next episode. Bye for now.
That's all for this episode of the LifePix University podcast, but I have a huge favor to ask of you that will not only support the show, but will also help the people you love most. We are striving for 1 million downloads by the end of 2025, and we can't do this without your help. If you love this episode, please share it with 2 of your family and friends so they too can rewire their brains to have an extraordinary marriage. It was awesome spending time with you, and I'll see you on the next episode.